noche. Hi, hello. Bonsoir. I am back with another pick a card reading. Today's been a funky day, but I'm excited you're here. So let's do a fun little reading. I think today, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? It's taking a long time. I feel shy. Just a little shy guy. Okay, focus. Oh, okay. Let's go with what your ancestors want you to know. Yeah. That'll be a good pile. I hope you're all doing well. If you've been watching this intro, I hope you're not bored. I don't think you would be. Just nice to hear the shuffle of the cards, right? Some spiritual ASMR, if you will. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna do 4 piles today. And I use my trusty animal deck. It's springtime right now where I'm located. And I'm so excited. I've been online browsing for summer outfits, and I'm planning my wardrobe because what else are you gonna do in a 3-hour lecture, right? Listen? I don't think so. Take notes? Yeah, right. No. Spend those student loans on fun dresses. That's what I'm gonna do. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Okay. I think we're ready to go. Taanshi Pile 1, welcome to your pick a card reading. Today we're going to look at what your ancestors are trying to communicate to you. In case you haven't been listening to them and you've been focused on other things, you know? So let's see what we got. Oh, okay. Immediately I see something about your ancestors trying to tell you about a project that you're working on and a choice that you're having to make. It's something that you've been thinking of doing for a while. It's almost like you're scared of success, despite the fact that you know it's gonna benefit you. I know that feeling very well. It's a frustrating feeling. Let's see what this project is really about. Because I have the Lovers here, the card. And normally I would actually associate that with a partnership, like a romantic relationship. But in this case, it's a project. It's definitely a creative endeavor. I don't think it's business related. I think it's like to do with art or music. Some sort of creative expression, maybe sculpting. What else? Art, music, theater, dance, like that sort of thing. Performance art, improv, comedy, opera. Okay. How long has this been? Because we got the 7 of Pentacles. How long has this been percolating. Okay, this is something that you've been thinking about for a really long time too. It's not just something that like came up in your mind one day. This is something that you've been wanting so deeply. So why haven't you been chasing it? Ask yourself that. Ponder that for a moment, if you will. What's holding you back? Because I think that's normal. Our society is one that I think it's safe to say is very much run by fear. Capitalism, scarcity in resources, greed, that sort of thing. The idea that people will never be enough and there will never be enough things for all of the people who will never be enough. That's a heavy thought. Let's just breathe into that. But yeah, I think your ancestors are just wanting you to investigate why you haven't done this. Oh yeah, we've got the 10 of Swords in reverse. So I think you're at this point now, though, where you're ready to tackle this. You're ready to put this plan into action, which is really good. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I think the vibe I'm getting is like really heavy uncertainty about how people will respond to this. But how will people respond to this? I think people are going to respond really well. We've got the 6 of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the 6 of Swords. So those combined together, I would say, is actually this response from people where they will likely tell you that it feels like you've given them a gift on an emotional level, and one that has brought them a lot of peace, which is really beautiful. That's, I think, something that's sorely missed or lacking in our society, and that's a huge contribution to the world. So whatever it is that you've been thinking of doing, I would do it, because I don't see any negatives coming from this. There's nothing really holding you back except for yourself. But I think you're at the point where you're ready to set your fears aside and actually pursue this, which is really good. Oh, interesting. Okay. I want to look at the stages of this project. This has never been something I wanted to explore, but let's see. So we'll do 4 stages. So the beginning, the first part of the middle, the second part of the middle, and then the final, like, outcome of it. Yeah. So, like, the beginning, I think you might feel emotionally blocked off. Oh, the 7 of Swords. I'm getting fears of, like, feeling unworthy for some reason. Like, as if you're a fraud, like imposter syndrome or something. That's really interesting, concerning. Near the end. Oh, but then it gets so much better. But then we have, in the second part of the middle, we have the Fool. So there's this, like, release of self-doubt and this trust in the universe and this belief that you can do it, and even if you don't have the tools, no matter what happens, you'll be okay. You're like falling into the unknown type of thing. And then once this project finally comes to fruition, you're going to find that it's actually really nurturing to other people. Like I was saying before, with like the 6 of Pentacles. You see the little plant right there? It's so cute. And it's not going to get crushed by those coins. The coins are just like Gonna give it all the love and energy so that it can grow big and strong into a tree. Oh, you know what? Okay, so a while ago, I wrote a poem. Shameless self-plug here. But it was a really short one, but essentially it was this idea of the feeling of not wanting to become the tallest tree in a forest, but wanting to become the sturdiest so that other beings could use that, that foundation to thrive as well. And I think that's exactly what this project is going to do. It's going to establish something so that other people feel more comfortable and safe and capable of engaging in their own passions. And that, I think, I'm actually getting a little emotional. I think that's one of the most beautiful things that you can give someone is this inspiration to grow. And your ancestors are saying, do this project because that's the most likely outcome if you keep doing what you're doing, in terms of acknowledging your self-doubt, acknowledging your fears, but not letting them limit you in that way. And finally, we have the meerkat. And it says, get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. Well, there you go. So gather your crew around you, no matter how many people that may be. If you don't have a crew, maybe join like an online forum or something where people like share ideas, maybe skill sharing websites or something, or even, I don't know, why is Reddit coming to mind? Like just somewhere where people are sharing their ideas and where you will find support for this, because I think there will still be lingering doubts. I think that's totally human and normal, and like that sort of thing doesn't change overnight, but having people around you to gas you up and support you and remind you why you're doing this thing is really going to help you, and it'll turn out fabulous. So that's your reading, pile one. Thanks for joining me. Maarsii. Feel free to like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel if you wish, and I hope you join me for my next tarot reading. Bye. Taanshi pile 2, welcome to your pick a card reading. Today we are looking at what sort of message your ancestors are trying to convey to you as of late. Maybe something that you have been missing, or should just like, that little something that is in the back of your head, but maybe you're not acknowledging. And your ancestors are kind of like, hey, hello, you should probably address this. So otherwise it'll mess you up. No, I don't know. Weird. I'm not getting any specific vibes from this one. Pile 2, you are a mystery of a person. Pile 1 was like, follow your dreams. Make that kick-ass career happen. Bring your art to the world. And now I'm just here kind of like, oh, like this seems pleasant, but I don't know what's going on. So what are your ancestors trying to tell you? Pile 2's ancestors, please speak through the cards. Okay. I'm just gonna look at this pile. It's actually I'm getting kind of frustrated here. Something's taking longer than you thought it would. Dog's barking outside, sorry. Yeah, something's taking a bit too long. Like, you don't seem torn up about it. This is what your ancestors are trying to tell you. Maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe, here, let's clarify this shit. I mean, oops. What? I did not just swear. Okay. Wow, why is this so hard for me to pick up on an energy? Maybe I need to maybe I need to caffeinate. I got this coffee from 7-Eleven and it just has the weirdest aftertaste. Like dishwater, like it tastes the way that dishwater smells, kind of, you know? If you've worked in restaurants, you know what I'm talking about. Ugh. Okay, no, I'm gonna clarify one more time because this is like. Okay, oh, you know what? I'm gonna get a card for the overall energy of what your ancestors are. Okay, I just heard the word stop. Stop doing something. You're doing something that you should not be doing. What are you doing though? What is this thing that they want you to stop? Queen of Pentacles, but that's like a good energy. Why is this like pulling teeth? This has never happened to me before. Maybe that's the message. Yeah. I think you're living in the past, pile 2. Because there's the 9 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is always nostalgia to me. And here the Queen of Pentacles is holding something. I think you're clinging to something that happened in the past, like happy times and everything, which is normal. That's like, especially now, things are really, really rough for people's mental health and like circumstances in terms of career, love, family, everything. Like, people are just straight up not having a good time. So I think it's really understandable that you're clinging to the past. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's something like, there's so many cards here that are like, especially here, like the 4 of Swords and the Page of Swords. They're both like holding on to swords close to their chest. So, okay. Your ancestors are telling you that you need to stop holding on to the past and you need to stop playing your cards so closely to your chest in terms of what your opinions are, like your real true blue opinions are and things, because it's keeping you in an energy of stagnation. And I think there might be aspects of yourself that you wish that you could bring forward into the world, but you just aren't because of this energy here of kind of just collapsing into yourself and protecting yourself from the world. But what's interesting is I'm not getting any like super anxious energy here. It's kind of like, I think they're just trying to tell you to push yourself a bit harder, to open up and to challenge yourself more than you are, because it's kind of like this energy of like sitting pretty and maybe not doing so much work. But I think your ancestors are trying to tell you to get your ass in gear, basically, because there's still things that you have to do. You've got the Empress and the Star here. There's still abundance that's on its way, but it can't come to you unless you deal with these other things. I Hmm. Yeah, so we've got the Seven of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. So I think actually this pile also might be in need of doing some shadow work, which is interesting because I literally just started researching it again after not touching it for a really long time because I got frustrated. I'm like, how the hell do you do shadow work? Like, this is not evident at all. It's not clear because everyone says, oh, just do the shadow work and heal yourself. And then I Google this crap and that's all the internet has said for the longest time. But then somehow now that I'm researching it, there's actual concrete tips, which I will include in the description because I'm not just going to talk about this stuff and be like, oh yeah, I found the answer, and then not share it with you. That's not my style. So yeah, I think your ancestors are pushing you to really dig deeper than you have been and investigate patterns that you have that maybe aren't necessarily unhealthy. They're not unhealthy patterns, but they're also not serving your highest purpose. Because you could be achieving so much more, but you're kind of just hanging out and just chill, and that's fine. But you can ignore your ancestors if you want. Like, I'm not telling you to listen. This is just an option for you, I guess, is what I'm saying. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, because it's very rare that this happens where I look at a spread and I just can't pick up on anything. And that might be something else that you might want to look into, is that energy and how much of that energy you put out into the world, because maybe it's preventing you from connecting with other people in ways that would be really beneficial to you and to the people that you could be connecting with. Good old sharing is caring. Okay. Oh wow, I haven't seen this card in a while. So in terms of other advice, we have Elk. Stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. How the hell does that relate to what I just said? There's more to this. This is just not adding up. Pile 2's ancestors reveal all of their secrets to me. Please. Just kidding. I won't rat on you like that, Pile 2, don't worry. Again, the Knight of Cups and the Six of Swords. Let's go one more. Oh. Stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. I think the message here is just to share more of yourself with people, like emotionally. So it might be getting to be too much. And like you can handle it. You're not going to go off the rails and that sort of thing. But I also don't think it's really easy for you to be keeping all of this stuff to yourself. It's like not helping your growth. So find ways to share more, I guess. Share yourself and trust that other people will reciprocate. And if they don't, that's okay too. Just gotta find other people who will reciprocate. So Pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found some truth or wisdom or whatever the heck the young kids call it these days. Feel free to like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel, and I am so glad that you joined me, and I hope you'll come back again for our next tarot reading. Maarsii. Bye. Taanshi. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your pick a card reading. Today we're looking at what your ancestors are trying to communicate with you. Because you're not listening. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh. Got some heartbreak going on here, pile number 3. I think you're like fighting yourself. You're really hurting here, actually. You need some healing. You need to go deep within yourself, maybe engage in some of your hobbies. Kind of find that passion again, like that lighthearted feeling. Because we've got the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Wands, and these are both really heavy energies, experiences. Yeah, something rough is happening or has happened. Let's see what has happened. Pentacles, 2 of Swords. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. I mean, wow. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, you need serious healing, pile 3. Interesting. Immediately, my thought goes to Akashic records or past life regressions. I don't know much about Akashic records, full disclosure. I'll post some informational stuff in the description. But what I do know about past life regressions, because I've tried some of these myself and it was a very interesting experience, I don't know how much I buy into it personally, but it was very interesting nonetheless. It's a fun little exploration. And you might find the same applies to you. And I've never referenced past life regressions in a reading before, even for like personal readings that I've had for people. So I think it's something that you should look into. This is probably a specific message for someone watching this. You might want to look into meditation in general. Because I'm seeing a huge upset that has happened. Actually, let's clarify. Because we've got, it's almost like there was a fight of some kind, like an actual altercation with another person or another party of people. That was very unexpected. So we got the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, and the Tower, and that is just like battlefield central, if I do say so myself. And then we've got Temperance, so it's almost like you're having to negotiate with either these people or yourself and trying to figure out, okay, like how the hell do I navigate this situation that I was not expecting at all and is super stressful, to the point where there could be a complete rift that's created or has been created in this situation. Oh, okay. Something's percolating. Something's coming through. Feels like so full of crap after I just said that. Sorry. Well, actually, I'm not sorry, but whatever. It seems to me that your ancestors are telling you to keep going on your healing journey, because right now you are leaving behind people who do not serve you or your highest good or achieving your full potential. And that sucks. That is really painful. I speak from personal experience that when we drift from others in our healing and or as a result of our healing, it is the most awkward and difficult and guilt-inducing situation sometimes. And your ancestors are telling you to keep going, even if it really freaking hurts. Yeah, interesting. This actually could be a partnership that you were in, like a romantic partnership, but I'm not fully getting that for everyone. I think that's for a small group of people. What I'm mostly getting is friends, like leaving behind friendships to pursue other things. Like maybe you started a new hobby or something and you absolutely love it and you could see it bringing prosperity to you, but you're not sure because maybe there's a lack of support around you when it comes to this. Like you might have people shitting on your goal or your dream or your passion. And it's really hurtful. And it's kind of to the point where you're like, okay, well, I don't want to stick around for this. And I completely relate to that. Why would you? It's bunk. Yeah. And this was meant to happen. Oh, but then, I'm so excited for you. Once you get through this really difficult period, you're going to have such an amazing time connecting with people who are on your energetic level or wavelength, let's say. It's not a hierarchy. It's a circle. And everyone's going to be at different parts of the circle, right? So for you though, I was so happy. Oh my goodness. I see this being something that's karmic, something that was meant to happen. And once you go through that process, you're going to find your people. You're going to find individuals or groups of people that see you for who you are and love you for who you are. I'm getting emotional again. And want to see you succeed and see you thrive and grow and celebrate with you in that growth and that thrivance. That's such a beautiful gift that the universe is going to bring to you as like, I don't want to say as a reward. I guess you could frame it that way, but it's like, that sort of thing is not something that you should have to earn, in my opinion. Like it should be freely given. People should be seen for who they are, where they're at in their life, and be supported in whatever needs they have and that sort of thing. So I don't want to say that the universe is giving this to you because you earned it. I think this is just outlining the process, and your ancestors are reassuring you that no matter what happens in this difficult situation of growing pains, you're going to come out on the other end with a crowd full of people welcoming you with open arms, who may slowly reveal themselves to you, but they will be there nonetheless once you have kind of gotten to this place of stability. This is really beautiful, Pile 3. I'm so happy for you. I'm actually kind of tearing up a little bit. That's lovely. Aw. Okay. And so finally, let's look at your animal card. Oh, I'm really gonna start crying now. I've been in like a teary mood all day though, so this makes sense. So we've got the zebra. And it says, let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. And I think that perfectly wraps up your reading, Pile 3. This is what your ancestors wanted you to know. And with that, I will say merci. Thank you for joining me for this reading. I wish you all the best in this, because I know it's really hard. It's scary. It's lonely. And not knowing what's on the other side of going through this kind of difficult process and not knowing how long it's going to last is really scary. But it's worth it. You're worth it. I hope to see you again next reading. Feel free to like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel if you want. But regardless, I'm really glad that you could join me for this reading. And I hope you have a great day, evening, weekend, life, wherever you are. Okay, bye, pal 3. Taanshi, pile 4. Welcome to your pick a card reading. Today, we're going to be looking at what your ancestors have been trying to tell you, but might not have been getting through as of late. I'm still emotionally recovering from pile 3. Well, let's just jump right into it. What do your ancestors want you to be working on? Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm not going to read all of these in reverse. Okay, something to do with career. You might be waiting for replies to a job offer. Struggling to balance your daily life. Maybe you have like a lot of energy that you just don't know how to direct. And your ancestors are kind of like, hey, find a way to channel this crap so that you can move forward in a good way. Minopimatsuin sort of thing, you know. Oh God, I'm like seriously considering having pizza for dinner after I had it for lunch, you know? You know that vibe? I'm just too lazy to make another meal. It's fine, pizza's delicious. Okay. So you're waiting for this job and your ancestors are like, hey buddy, maybe you should do something while you wait. What do they want you to do? Okay. Sorry, that was a rude face. I'm just making rude faces at your ancestors' messages. My bad. What on earth? Pile 4, something's a little off here. I feel like you might be self-sabotaging, actually. Like breaking your own heart with your daily habits or something that you're doing during the day pretty regularly that's just not serving your highest good. And it's kind of just, it's like when a wound is healing and you keep picking at the scab and then it leaves a scar. That's kind of the mental imagery I'm getting. And I think you're also dissatisfied with your life in general. Actually, you might be wanting like a huge turnaround of some kind. How does that apply to what your ancestors are? Yeah, I'm curious about this there's just something about your pile 4 that's so scattered. It's driving me a little bonkers because I already deal with that enough in my ADHD brain. And it's no offense to you. This is not necessarily, this is me kind of projecting. But things just seem very scattered for you. And your ancestors are acknowledging or highlighting that. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something about being really dissatisfied with your life and wanting to completely change it. We've got the Three of Wands, the Tower, and the Magician. So it's like self-initiated change that you're longing for. Okay, there's this spread is telling me that you need to trust the process. Similar to pile 3, but different in that how is this pile different than pile 3? Commonplace. Why would that be a word? Okay, what is it? Oh, pile 4's ancestors. What is the overall message you're wanting to give here? Help a girl out. So I'm seeing something to do with community, the world. Ace of Pentacles. Oops. Okay, there was another pile that I did a reading, like another pile for this reading, that their ancestors were saying, you know, you need to step outside yourself a bit more. I think this is similar to that. Pile 4, I think what your ancestors are trying to get at here is this notion of getting out of this routine of feeling ungrateful and this routine of not appreciating what's in front of you. And they're asking you to invest in whatever existing connections you do have with friends, with community, maybe you're in a relationship with someone, and also to find ways to connect to the rest of the world around you. So I'll give an example. One of my favorite things to do that I've learned I enjoy in this quarantine, this lockdown, whatever the hell you want to call the nightmare that is COVID-19, I look at travel videos. And I'm not going to get into the problematic nature of tourism around the world. That's a whole other conversation. But the reason why I watch these videos is because it reminds me that there is literally a world outside of these four walls that surround me every single day. It reminds me that there are people that are living like me outside of my usual circle of friends. And it also reminds me that even if I'm not feeling the happiest, there are so many other people in the world that are still contributing to the energy of positivity that is really needed right now. So it seems to me that your ancestors are encouraging you to find something that reminds you that you are part of a greater picture. Because otherwise you start feeling like you have to look outside in a way, like outside of yourself and outside of your community, in a way where you feel like what's around you is lacking, instead of looking around and being reminded why it feels so good to be connected to everything that you're surrounded by in your immediate environment. Yeah. But I still feel like there's something else here. Actually, I'm just gonna... It's so easy to kind of develop a fishbowl mentality when it comes to lockdown. It's so insidious. It's really ugly. But it happens. It's part of life, right? Okay. So what other messages? What other messages are powerful ancestors wanting to bring forward? Something to do with emotions, emotional stability, expression. What's the word? Not sharing. Compassion. Compassionate giving. Interesting. Yeah. Just give compassionately to the people. Why the heck does the Ten of Swords keep coming out reversed? This is driving me nuts because this has never happened before. What the heck? Sorry, that's just my little moment. What is this? The Knight of Swords. Yeah. I think this is just, again, reiterating, like, your ancestors are kind of like, quit your friggin' whining and look around at all the love that surrounds you. Your ancestors are kind of like mine, just... Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you just need a little kick in your pants, you know? Aw, this is cute. So one last word of advice from the ancestors is from Le Petit Pingouin, the little penguin. And the penguin says, the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. Well, isn't that a lovely message? Because it seemed like you were kind of stuck in the muck. Yeah. Just looking elsewhere for your happiness, even though it's surrounding you, which is like, you know, compared to being at the bottom of, I don't know, like some stinky cesspool all alone with no one to talk to. I think it's better to be surrounded by people and just be reminded that you need to connect, you know, like it's the lesser of two evils, I think. Anyways, that's been your reading file for Maarsii for joining me. I hope you got some information that maybe you'll find useful. Your ancestors are fun. Quit your whining. Anyways, feel free to like this video, share, and subscribe to my channel if you want, and feel free to check out any future videos. I'm glad that we could share this time together. I hope you have a great week, weekend, whatever, and I'll see you again soon. Bye to see.